Well, we have breaking news just coming in. Ephraim Sheikh's Mashaba has been fired as Bafana Bafana coach. Well, I'm joined right now by Faraz Patel, our sports reporter, to give us more insight into that breaking story. Faraz, a very good morning to you and thank you so much for joining us. Faraz, just tell us a bit more about this ruling to fire Ephraim Sheikh's Mashaba as the Bafana coach.
Good morning, Kia. Yeah, well, this was expected. Number one, we first have to look at the fact that he failed to get Bafana into the 2017 Africa Cup of Nations in a group that was relatively easy. A lot of people, because of what happened in 2015, the way South Africa were easily qualified for the AFCON, everyone expected them to have a repeat. Didn't happen, of course. And then obviously the big one that happened 2 months ago, where he made a gesture to SAFA President Dr. Danny Jordan, and it didn't go down well. Hence, Sheikh's Mashaba went in for a disciplinary hearing, and that is the result of it. So those are the two major factors. He obviously had a honeymoon period at the start of his tenure as Bafana Bafana coach, but now that honeymoon is over and he will be shown the door, and it'll be going to be seen who SAFA will go ahead and hire as the coach. Not the best time for Sheikh's Mashaba to be fired with just a few days to go before Christmas. So it looks like Santa Claus won't be visiting the Mashaba household.
Not a very joyful Christmas for Sheikh's Mashaba, Faraz Patel. But just tell me a bit more about Sheikh's Mashaba as a coach. I mean, has he always been this bad as the Bafana Bafana coach? I mean, is it fair to fire someone based on perhaps one loss of a tournament? Or was it really perhaps the gesture that he made towards the Danny Jordan that really sort of pushed SAFA over the edge and caused them to fire him? What really triggered the final push?
No, the final push is obviously the gesture to Danny Jordan, but also other factors on the field. I think BS Bafana, would it be fair to say they were heading in the right direction under him? Not really. I think that because it's South Africa and because there's such an expectancy for the national team to go forward, South Africa weren't doing that. They weren't, obviously, after the AFCON 2015, there was a downward slope with regards to Bafana Bafana. And yes, they were up and down within the FIFA rankings, but so much is expected from them because of the facilities, because of the infrastructure that South African football has and the amount of money that's poured in by SAFA. And yeah, obviously to make it worse, you don't go ahead and make unnecessary marks about your boss, because that's always going to happen when you obviously question the superiors above you. That's what's going to happen. You're obviously going to have your job that's going to be costed, and that's what happened with Sheikh's right here.
For us, I mean, what's next for Sheikh's Mashaba? Is this the end of the road for him? I mean, he's not very young. What other opportunities are available to him after this?
Well, if there's a PSL club that wants him, they can definitely take him. Look, Owen Da Gama's coaching the under-23s. I don't see Owen Da Gama leaving his position. If I'm Sheikh's, I'd probably take a break from the game. Maybe give it about 6 months to a year and then make a decision after that on where he wants to go with the team. But I don't think Sheikh's Mashaba is going to be rushing into a job anytime soon. And of course, we know the nature of PSL teams. There is this case of hiring and firing managers. Will Sheikh's get a job within a PSL club? I don't think so. He's more used to the national setup within Bafana Bafana, and hence I think he's going to stay within the SAFA ranks, where I am not so sure.